You might be a therapist, you might be in emergency services personnel like a firefighter or a police officer, you might be a life coach, you might be a massage therapist, you might be a doctor, a nurse, you might be a frazzled parent. And here's what we all have in common. We all will have experienced, probably more than once, compassion fatigue. Now, for different demographics in business, it comes out a little bit differently. However, we all experience it. Now, some of the demographics, some of the careers, and some of the volunteering, they pretend that it doesn't happen. So there's a culture, for instance, with firefighting and with police and with some of the emergency services personnel, that they just block things down and they hold things in. Where some people, more of the Reiki healers, massage therapists, the life coaches, the psychologists, they are more apt to be upfront about talking about how they feel. It doesn't mean, though, that talking about it necessarily makes it any better than someone who's pushing it all down. So compassion fatigue is very specific, and you have to deal with it in a very specific manner, and it's usually multi-strategies that are involved. It's very important because it can wear on your health, on your relationships, and on your life. So I wanted to create this free course because it's really important that we all have access to support. Now, what this course is all about is that it's very confidential, very private for you, for those of you who wish to have more privacy, but there's also a component that is within the course that you can interact and you can ask questions and you can ask each other for support. It's not a Facebook group, so it's much more confidential. So your confidentiality is honored there. And what I also am providing is that quarterly we're going to have a phone call. And this also is going to be more privacy focused. So no one's going to know that you're on the phone unless you actually state your name. You can ask a question without stating your name. And I think that's very important too, to have someone to talk to have a group to bring up questions or just share experiences. I know as a mother of a firefighter, there's lots out there that is gory, it is scary, it is concerning. And for those of you who are parents of emergency services personnel or married to someone in that genre, or you're married to a psychologist, you know what it's like to be in that situation of support as well. So all of you are invited to be a part of this free experience because I think it's important that we have a space that is much more honoring our privacy and also offering support. So we're going to have modules and we're going to have calls and themes and different ideas for you to remember to get out of that place of focusing on what you're doing as your job or your volunteerism, or even to help you to deal with the support of the person who is in that position. So I would love for you to join this group and to join our community. And what it's going to look like for you is that you sign up and you are in a course, and it's up to you if you want to interact or not. So you can keep it completely private. You can interact a little bit and you can take part in the calls as well, because this is really all about all of us supporting each other to be more resilient and to have a greater quality of life that not only helps us, but helps the people that we help.